Wait, cereal at 3 o'clock.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Yeah, I don't see a bad reason not to.
We don't really have any, like, we don't have snack foods in the apartment, so
Right.
I use cereal as a snack food. Oh god, where are we now?
We're gonna try up.
We're gonna try it. Okay. That's gonna work out really well for us.
Yeah,
Right?
we could have just crawled through that hole instead of fought that. Well, I was gonna say boss, but that's really a room full of enemies that share the health bar.
Glorified excuse for a boss.
Yeah, I always like that weakness lever.
Yeah.
It's true though. Now keep in mind the world design here.
Yeah.
So it's a road, but it leads onto a small tunnel into a cave.
Yeah.
There's a bridge that looks like it's designed for carts or wagons, and it leads onto this area, for fuck's sake. How's a cart or a wagon going to go through here? A ladder is involved.
That was a very elaborate bridge. Oh.
You see,
hello.
there's a cart right there.
Well, clearly it was trying to use the bridge, and, oh, hi there.
Are you a traveller?
Yeah,
this lady.
you could say that.
You got some sort of skull.
She's
Chloanne.
she's practicing her Hamlet.
Yeah.
It's
So
a classic, even in
she's-
Drangleic.
Yeah, she's the stone trader. But when you begin to talk to her, she sells like almost nothing, and you have to. I assume it's to do with the amount of like progress you made through the game. Then she sells more higher tiered stuff. But at the moment, like you tell her, hey, there's this place called Majula. How about you stay there forever?
And
and
just
then
move in, you know.
Yeah, and then
Make
she'll
yourself
update
at
her
home.
wares eventually.
I've extras if you can pay.
Alas, poor Chloanna, I hardly knew you.
Yep. She has very weird hair. I don't think.
It's very
Actually,
stiff
you know
hair.
what? You know what? That hair is actually normal. I've seen people with that type of hair.
Yeah,
I've searched
Yeah. yeah. That's very big. It's for how like, oh, whoa, just run through.
Yeah,
the poison pit.
this poison water like stays on you for such a long time. You have to wait until like, essentially like, if you
Aha!
could see your player character as a poison bar, you have to wait until the green stuff moves away from your feet until it's completely gone.
Yeah, this area, this is.
I didn't like this area.
This is going to lead to the most hilarious elevator in existence.
No, that's like 2 bosses away.
Well,
But
it's
in
like
the
at
same
the
building.
It's like at the end of this whole kind of area.
Yeah. Well, it's this, and then we go on to Earthen Peak,
Yep.
and then at the end of that, then it's
Yeah.
oh boy. But so the weird thing is like, so in Demon Souls you got the Valley of Defilement.
Yep.
And then
And
Dark
Blighttown.
Souls we got Blighttown, and in this game we have Harvest Valley here, but this isn't the only poison themed
Yeah.
area. There's also the gutter.
Oh.
By the way, we have Gavlan here.
Hi there, buddy.
This is this second area that he moves to, and then after here he will move on to his permanent place.
Which is not
Um,
Majula?
It's not Majula, strangely. No,
Gasp, shock.
dwarves don't belong in Majula.
Yeah,
There's a bit of discrimination going on there.
Racial profiling.
Yeah, no dwarves allowed. Yeah. So this and like, you really shouldn't have more than one poison themed area in your game. Like, let's be real here.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't think it would be as bad if it weren't for the fact that they're as obnoxious as they are in the Souls games.
Yeah, well, I actually didn't mind. Well, when I think of Blighttown, I think of the lower area, which I don't think is that bad. But then I remembered, oh wait, there's that entire upper area as well. Like, yeah, fuck that.
Yeah. Like, if you go through the back entrance of Blighttown, it's not.
Yeah,
the
which
worst
I
thing
like
ever.
avoid. I even avoided it in our playthrough entirely.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I avoided. Yeah, that upper area. Like, fuck that. So,
And
I just like how I like how Gavlan kept his tankard with him the entire journey.
I mean, of course. You gotta. What, how,
You gotta keep that dwarf stereotype going.
I like how we have there's just this, like, little halo glowing around all of these characters, too.
Really?
Yeah. It was present on Chloanne and Gavlan there. There's just, like, a little kind of, like, ambient occlusion, like, glow, almost.
I don't know. Well, you will find other dwarves that look exactly like Gavlan.
But are evil.
Yeah, they will attack you on sight, so maybe it's like, hey, maybe, you know, this is an NPC, he's not an enemy, don't attack him.
Yeah.
And that goes for one other NPC as well, so maybe it's on purpose.
Maybe. Who knows? These guys are... Oh, wow. Okay.
You can see a lot of bloodstains here.
Yeah. I imagine
Like,
a lot of
there's a
people
lot.
died to the poison.
It's so easy to manage, though.
Well...
It doesn't even deal that much damage.
Ooh. That's
A lot of guys died here.
This corner is apparently the... oh, hi. Hello, sir.
See how much damage these guys are doing?
Well, I mean, we are New Game Plus.
I know, but, you know.
So, so given the fact that we've been making so many references to Persona,
Sure.
I've been playing a game that is...
Oh
not
boy,
too
okay.
dissimilar in
You've been playing a
gameplay.
game. I want to guess which game it is.
I mean, if you've been paying any attention at all, you should be able to guess.
It's Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth.
Yes.
Yeah, that's because I told you about that game. Didn't you?
I don't know if you told me about it, but you were one of the people who, like, knew about it when I found out about it.
Yeah. I said it's very much like SMT,
Yeah.
almost blatantly so.
Yeah. Yeah.
And was I correct on that? I've never played it.
Cyber Sleuth is basically like if you took, Shin Megami Tensei, little bit more particularly the Persona like sub-series, but definitely
Even
like
the same colors and the characters.
well, definitely like the same.
Actually, you know what? I think some people who worked on Persona 4 worked on Cyber Sleuth.
They one of the I don't know about that in particular, but one of the artists who did Devil Survivor.
Maybe that's what I was thinking of.
He didn't do Cyber Sleuth, but he did Digimon. God, what's the name of it? What's the name of it? Oh, jeez.
Dude, I have not kept up with Digimon.
He it was a PSP game, which was only released in Japan, I believe.
That's probably why I've never heard of it.
Yeah. Digimon World Redigitized.
Okay.
That's alright. Digimon World Redigitized. Yeah, and the guy who did like the character designs and all of the artwork for Shin Megami Tensei Devil Survivor also did the artwork for Digimon World Redigitized.
Yeah. So did you?
So there is a connection between like Shin Megami Tensei and the Digimon games.
You don't even
anyway.
need to like go that far into it. I mean, you get sucked into a TV at some point in Cyber Sleuth. Like, fuck's sake.
Yeah. Yeah. So like the gameplay of Digimon story.
By the way, I want you to
that's a lot of enemies.
see the enemies just spewing out of
Yeah.
that corridor.
Just all coming in.
Oh fuck!
I
I don't know how they all aggro about that.
Yeah, it's basically Shin Megami Tensei mixed with Pokemon.
You mean Digimon?
No, mixed with Pokemon, like the gameplay of Pokemon.
Oh, okay.
Because like it doesn't work exactly like either franchise, but you can definitely see like the influences. Wow, look, just a killing corridor right there.
Oh, fuck these guys.
And yeah, I've been having a lot of fun with Cyber Sleuth, but the translation is awful. It is so bad. It is.
Yeah, that's what I want to hear.
And it's a real shame too, because like the plot of the game is interesting. Like, and
I've been turned into Shrek.
Blah, blah. Oh, hi there. Hi there.
Yeah, the end was not recording.
Yeah, the plot of Cyber Sleuth is pretty interesting because it's not trying to be like a really lighthearted, silly Digimon story like the first 2 anime seasons.
Oh yeah, that's because it's trying to be more like Pokemon, but now I think it's trying to deviate away from that.
Yeah, Cyber Sleuth is, I would say, more akin to the 3rd season of the Digimon anime, Digimon Tamers, which is when it,
when shit went through the ceiling and into everyone's mouth.
Well, because it was written by the same guy who did the anime Serial Experiments Lane, which is a very messed up series.
I'm familiar with that anime.
Yeah, and so like the same guy who wrote that wrote the 3rd season of Digimon, and so it was a lot darker.
That's a weird choice.
Yeah, it was a much darker series, and that's kind of like the tone that Cyber Sleuth has, which I really enjoy.
Yeah.
But again, like the translation is so bad. It's,
do you have any examples?
There's one part fairly early on in the game, because like one of the mechanics of the game is that you get little kind of text messages from your Digimon and from other NPCs in the game, and you can reply to them every now and then with pre-baked replies, obviously, because it's only a Vita/PS4 game. How technically advanced do you think it is? But but there's one instance pretty early on in the game where you get a text from a character after a pretty long dungeon, which involved them like direct. Oh, wow, we can't see a gosh darn thing.
Yeah, those bloodstains led me somewhat. That place was a straight line essentially.
But yeah, so you get a text from this character, and he says something like, "Oh, I'm feeling so much better now," or something, which right away doesn't really have a lot of contextual relation to what we were doing. But the response you can make to him is asking if a completely unrelated character who is never referenced once in the game is doing okay. Their name is never brought up. It was not brought up before that text. It has not been brought up since. And you can just randomly ask if this character we don't know is doing okay.
That is weird.
Yeah. Like, there's literally no other reference to the character in any
to be honest,
part of the game.
I thought you were gonna mention something like that infamous line in Corpse Party. Do you know what I'm talking about?
What's that one? Is that the one that spawned the meme?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can butter up my pooper with this. That's the one I'm talking about.
I don't think there's anything quite that bad, but there's look at all those guys.
Yeah, there's a lot of messages. You always see messages that are like, jump, or
Of
treasure
course.
here, or something. So,
Of course.
that happens.
There's definitely some all your base are belong to us in
Yeah.
Cyber Sleuth. It's
For some reason, like, so many translations, like, this year and last year in particular had so many memes in it. Like translations, not even original scripts.
I'm not sure that it's memorable enough to be like memeified, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of really weird stuff in like just because like so many of the replies you can do to like NPCs or your Digimon. Just hello.
There's just a Me Gusta button.
It's like they come across like non sequiturs. Like they don't seem to have any relation to what you're being like texted, and they don't seem to have any relation to like what we would actually be responding with. It's just so strange. I don't understand it. I don't.
Yeah, maybe it's a translation thing.
I want to find the team who did like the translation of that game, and I want to just like slap them all across the face because they did a really bad job, and they shouldn't get more work, basically.
Well, if you can't get a job writing for a game, you get a job translating them.
You gotta actually
That's the
know.
thing.
You gotta know the language you're translating from.
Well, actually, you know what? It might be to do with, I don't know what this means, I'm gonna put a meme in it.
It's not even that though, because like none of the poor translation work in Cyber Sleuth is like memetic. It's just like lazy bad translation.
Right. You know what does have good translation? You did a fucking fantastic job translating. Fucking Virtue's Last Reward. There's a character that's basically a bunny, and he makes tons of like Japanese culture jokes that make no sense in English. So what do you do? What the fuck do? You don't put memes in it. You make the character say puns.
I mean,
all right,
yeah.
That's a million times better than just slapping memes into the script of a character.
Actually, there is one character who constantly in Cyber Sleuth. I should clarify.
Yes. There's
one character who constantly speaks in like internet elite speak sort of stuff.
Okay.
So he's always like, I don't think his original Japanese writing was so internet-ified, I should say, but like his English subtitles are like full to the brim of like lols and stuff like that.
Does the character look the part? That's usually the case.
Well, he is voiced in a very manic way, and his character sprites are pretty. Well, actually, no, not sprites. They're character models.
Yeah.
His character model is pretty animated, but I don't necessarily. Well, no, because he is playing the part of like an internet rock star in like the actual like that's his characterization. So like it's debatable that it would fit his character, but it still seems like it's a very forced sort of dialogue thing.
Yeah.
And
would you have a character like that if you were writing for, or well, maybe translating for a game? Would you put slip a meme in there or two?
I don't know memes well enough to be able to get away with something like that.
You're hired.
I don't okay. So admission time. I knew that the cake was a lie long before I ever knew that it was a meme that spawned from Portal.
Oh no, that's been the case for for me tons of times. Like I didn't know where a meme came from.
I didn't know it was a
Yeah.
meme though. Like
Okay.
I heard it. Like I just randomly heard it one day and I was like, oh, that's a weird turn of phrase. Cool. And
Yeah.
like because I didn't. It was well after like Portal had already run its course of like popularity on the internet.
Yeah.
Because that was probably like 2009 or 2010. So it was before it had made a resurgence because of Portal 2, but after like Portal had already been big. Oh well. Hey look.
Yeah, that
our
attack
first,
deals a lot of damage.
our first legitimate death to an enemy, right?
Yeah, that's definitely death I can recall. It's like, yeah, that's on me.
I mean, most of the other ones have just been like falling off cliffs.
Yeah, I've fallen a lot. I think that's my number one, like,
But
number
yeah,
one source of deaths.
So, like, I managed to, like, not only avoid spoilers, but I managed to avoid a lot of memes as well, apparently. And, much to the surprise of other people who spend as much time on the internet as I usually do. But, I don't know. It's just not something I run across very often, because I don't spend a lot of time on, like, message boards and image boards and social media.
I used to be a massive avid memer in my high school days. I used to go and know your meme every single day, like get the latest ones.
I do not, in fact, know your meme. So.
Oh, that's a shame. You know, actually a couple of days ago, I went on Know Your Meme.
Well.
You know, just because I was like, yeah, you know what? It's been a while since I went on the website.
You had to
You know, what's
have
different.
that nostalgia kick, right?
Yeah, and the website looks exactly the same, which is expected. And then I looked at like the new memes that's been going on in the brains of children nowadays.
Oh.
And I did not know a single one. I don't know whether I should feel proud or not.
Yeah, that's always that weird feeling that comes out of oh, hey, look at that.
Yo, Sun Bros.
So
For some reason, this statue has survived through the ages.
yeah, is this supposed to be like just a separate Altar of Sunlight, or is it supposed to be like
It might be a separate Altar of Sunlight, but they did skimp out on the model because it's exactly the same as in the first game.
Yeah.
And this
Oh,
guy
hi there.
goes.
Hi there, Scissor.
Hey.
It's Scissorhands. Like, come on.
It's yeah. So I don't know if you recall seeing in like the reveal trailer those guys with white masks.
I don't know if I ever watched the reveal trailer.
We saw a glimpse of them in Persona 2 Golden's intro.
Sure.
I did include them in there, but basically they looked really cool. And then we got this.
Because.
Oh, hey, look at you.
Hi. What do you have to say to us this time?
Still on the journey.
I mean, yeah, we're kind of wasting away to poison right now. I hope you don't mind.
Yeah, you can see the green like slowly falling off of me, which gives you a ring.
+1. Yes.
Yeah, I actually don't really like the inclusion of +1, +2 rings.
Yeah, that's.
And I think it just like needlessly clutters up your inventory.
It seems out of place, I would say.
Yeah. Well, I'm actually surprised it came back in Dark Souls 3.
Yeah.
You know that they seemed like a very Dark Souls 2 type thing, you know.
Yeah, because like you can reinforce your weapons and your armor, but it's not really. It's not. I don't understand what the lore-wise conceit as to what a reinforced ring that's more powerful than a different
yeah.
ring would be.
But also, for some reason, I don't remember, but in the first game, did rings have a weight to them?
Yes.
I actually
Maybe.
don't remember.
I don't.
But
didn't-
either way, I don't like how rings have a weight to them.
They were like very, very like light, at least.
I know they're very, very light, but I know it. I just think it's a bit unnecessary because it's just one extra thing you need to keep in mind when you're weight distributing. It's the weight is so low. It's just like, why even have weight at all? You know?
Yeah.
And besides, it's a ring. Like, why should you be weighed down by something you put on your finger?
Well, yeah. Let's see, actually.
Oh, you're gonna find out. You're gonna solve this mystery if
Going to attempt to, at least, while we
rings have weight in the first game.
while we have some fun in the Earthen Peak.
Well, yeah, because like these enemies aren't even too interesting. I mean, it's just a fat guy with like a
mallet.
cuboid.
We're gonna just drag him through the poison as well. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. They don't even need to attack it. They just run into it and it smashes. Like I really don't like these guys. It's like not a lot of thought or creativity was put into these guys.
Right.
Like they don't even use an interesting weapon. It's just a slab of metal, like an angular piece of.
Just a hammer.
Yeah. Well, it's not really even a hammer.
Well,
it's more just a blunt object.
At least you got mushrooms and more. Oh God.
These power monsters are okay though. Although I didn't like the move that they just did because there's like barely any telegraphing to it.
Yeah.
And they deal so much damage.
They
Fuck you.
They killed oh.
I got invaded by
Sregin
lol.
It's Sregin lol, obviously.
This guy's up for it. For some reason, he's not wearing any weapons.
He's a pyromancer or a cleric.
He's something.
Oh.
So
Is he actually just gonna try to punch you to death?
Yeah, there's actually a ring that you can wear that severely increases the damage you do unarmed. So I think that's what he's using. But it doesn't do a whole lot because, like, that ring that does increase unarmed damage requires a lot of effort to obtain. So I don't see why you just use stasis like myself.
Just use a fist weapon.
Yeah, just use the fist weapon.
It's so helpful.
Like really, the only benefit I know of is just like you don't have to deal with the weight of extra weapons, but stasis is barely weighing anything anyway.
Yeah. I don't think that rings weighed anything in Dark Souls.
At least I don't remember. Yeah, so yeah, I know.
Oh.
Ow, my butt.
Just get an arrow right in the back.
And we got a torch, even though I have like 6 hours worth of torch fuel anyway.
Yeah, I got plenty. I don't know if we need.
Oh, that's something players do in Dark Souls 2 is have Olympic run like playthroughs, where they have your torch lit as early as you can and have it kept lit the entire time while you're finishing the game. So that's pretty cool. That's probably like, as much as gimmick runs go, I'm not sure if it's really up there, but it's something.
It'd be.
Have you seen
silly at least?
Are you aware of some gimmick stuff that players have done in Dark Souls? Any other games?
Not really.
Like you at least haven't heard of the one where they fucking use Guitar Hero instruments.
Oh, I've heard that, and
the bongo drums.
Yeah, the guy who played Dark Souls beat Ornstein and Smo using the DK bongos or something like that.
There's also one where he uses voice commands. So he like shouts like block or dodge or like weak attack or something. while fighting or staying small. So.
That would be.
So yeah, there's that, and coincidentally, I saw videos like
we have a
Dark Souls
great
2.
boss right here.
Yeah,
Look at
this
that
fucking guy. Like I saw videos like Dark Souls 2, fighting your boss while blindfolded. And I was like, okay, blindfolded, and it was this boss. Number one, this boss isn't too hard, and that guy, and then number two, the guy in the video was wearing full Havel. Number three, the guy had that big fuck off sword, alright, that you can just spam R1. Number four, the guy didn't even dodge a single time during the fight. So, to me, that guy, like, it's fine to be proud of yourself, but to me, that was not impressive at all.
Admittedly, like, you can't dodge while you're full Havel anyway.
I know, but it's just like, it requires no effort. Like, it doesn't, you don't even need to look at the boss to see what he was doing, you know?
What? What are you trying to do there?
There's vases in the sky that you can try to shoot. Yeah, you can shatter them. I'm not sure why you didn't shatter with my crossbow, but corpse falls, and then this guy tries to eat them, and that's when you can have a window of time to try to kill him. But this boss is kind of easy already, so I'm not sure why they included that.
You figure like one of the first bosses that isn't a dude with a suit of armor and a weapon could be more interesting than a slug with arms.
Yeah, this thing isn't really, that fun to look at. Like, even this fucking thing returns as a mini boss later on.
Of course. And the name, like, why covetous? What makes it covetous? Like, gluttonous, I could believe, but I
don't like this boss. I'm desperately trying to find.
Oh jeez.
I'm thinking of the bosses that we've done so far. That's probably the best one. It's probably the Executioner's Chariot, but all the others have been like so fucking awful.
Yeah.
And the next one isn't really that good.
Just really bland, and like.
Oh, fuck these games bosses. They're so bad.